it seems to me like it's the core of all the basic relationship issues in my life. Um, in this coming together with a woman. Of one side, there's this natural man loving a woman, adoring her, and maybe just adoring her in every woman. And on the other side, there is this traumatized boy. There's this abandoned boy. And got the feeling I always try to avoid that boy. And I want to be the man. One loving a woman, serving her, being in the power for her. But they're always mixed up. All these strategies, like being the macho man, and the other strategy, like being the servant or the one who is always running after the love. It seems like in my case, it's always just one role or the other. Maybe you got some view on that whole situation.
I'd say that the way that you handle yourself in it is everything. And when I say it like that, I mean that the intimate relating is an invitation for us to step up and step up and step up in responsibility in regards to anywhere where we can see either the self-defense is playing or the boy chasing the mama, trying to get love from the outside. Because both of them are, as you know, fake. One of them is, I don't need love. The other one is, I need love. So one is pushing and the other is pulling, yeah? At the base of that, there is the birth of a deeply strong man, but not strong in his rejection or coolness, as you say it, but strong in his vulnerability. So every time you touch your vulnerability, you find the boy and you bounce off again. So what's waiting to happen is that you come in that place and become quiet. Because all of the movements that happen as that boy, they're just calling for you to become even more quiet. Not rejecting, but quiet. Quiet in the sense of stopping. Not bouncing out of existence, but stopping here and meeting the pain of I don't know how. Meeting the basic helplessness of us as humans when we have forgotten how to be in love. This helplessness seems to be the most significant is one, but also the most hard place for us to meet, honestly. And we tend to create an identity on top of it. A man who is only seeing himself. A man who cannot be in true connection. This is where all of the manipulation and things arise. Where actually there is a need to stop and drop. Because when we're moving out with that which has its shit together and is like nonchalant about the whole thing, when we drop the protection of that, obviously, but when we drop below it, when we aren't making ourselves to be on top of things, Then you drop down, and then you meet the helplessness. What tends to happen is that you create chaos around you until something or someone pushes you enough for you to come in and feel your helplessness. Do you understand? So it's like everything goes to shit until you face that helplessness. Because in the face of that helplessness, there is the honesty. You know, the boy, he is nothing but that helplessness. You don't even need to call him a boy. It's just the basic human helplessness in the face of, I have contracted, life is gone. That helplessness which, when we allow ourselves to feel it, to feel the pain of it, we get in touch with the longing, and then it cracks open and life rises by itself. We can't fake this. We can't do this. We can stop doing everything else. We can make ourselves accustomed with the fact that the helplessness is always the case on the bottom when we are not fully relaxed, vulnerable. I mean, if we know this, then it's a lot easier to stop, drop in and down and meet that helplessness than to keep going and manifesting the chaos of having rejected our own helplessness. So this is what I mean when I say that it is how you handle it that matters. Because if you only see the pushing or pulling, if you only see the self-protected one and the boy, it's because you aren't dropping deep enough. You aren't becoming honest enough. In the face of pushing and pulling, what you need to do is stop. Stop, stop, stop. And in the face of that meeting, when the moment we do stop, we feel like shit. Because we face the fact that we are lying. We are looking away from the helplessness. That's the lie. So it's like everything which can manipulate. It's like, okay, helplessness. Everything that twists and turns, trying to get its way, trying to get love, holding like away, and like all of these things. In the stop, it's like, then you will see, severely, sincerely see everything which is trying to twist in the wanting, not wanting. And in that, you have to be quiet. You have to take responsibility for being truly silent, not letting your mind trying to make you feel better, not letting your mind be occupied with what she said, or this is not good enough. Something is like all of these strategies we have to keep on going, keeping on reflecting the fact of something feels wrong. It's me. I feel wrong. I feel abandoned. The core of that abandonedness is the helplessness, you see? When we, with humility, meet that abandonment, then we are face to face with the helplessness. And right there, all we can do is like, be helpless. And then grace comes and scoops us up. She does that over and over and over. But she can't as long as we won't admit that we lost the thread, damn it. So to the extent that you are trying to be a good man to this woman, or like all of this, trying this and trying that, I mean, the intention is sweet and noble. But really what it comes down to is stop trying. And be whatever you are. Be in love with yourself exactly as you are. Be helpless when you're helpless, damn it. This is honesty. This is compassion with yourself. What always happens, of course, is that she has her wounding, he has his. And the moment he experiences that she is not woman, but all of a sudden she's a girl, he feels abandoned, and then that whole thing is going, and all around. And then the moment that he rejects her, then she is like, and then like the whole thing spins, you know. And really, all that needs to happen is that both just become quiet. Just stop. And be with the fact of your own pain. Be with the fact of your own helplessness, of your own self-rejection. Intimate relationship is a magnificent container for uncovering these things, obviously. Although we can work with it ourselves, then truly, if we want like that up front, then intimate relationship, there you go. Yeah. It will reveal the next layer and the next layer and the next layer, and through the revelation of these layers, every time a layer appears, you can take responsibility. You can embrace yourself deeper, and as the result, she can embrace her deeper. Because if you keep going, it will be very hard for her to stop also, you know. But if you stop, then she stops also. Or she may take in a few more rounds, and then she will stop. Women tend to spin sometimes. Did I say that out loud? Yeah, but they do. So in terms of being the man in the relationship, how important do you think it is that you stop? If the woman has to stop first and then stop you, then we have a serious swap of roles here. Considering that your essence is that silence, you know, and hers is the movement. And that's not to give women a free card in any way, because it's exactly the same for women. When we're running the stories, when we're doing all of these little hoops and twists to get his attention, to get his loves, all of this. Same thing, become quiet. See where you are not loving yourself. And as such, I can say that because women as this essence hold immense power. So if you as a woman are unwilling to love yourself and hunting him for the love that you need to give yourself, then you are often literally giving him not a fucking chance. Because if you don't want to be loved, it will be very hard for him to get through to you, to actually be allowed to love you. Can you see the logic of what I'm saying here? If woman in her power is unloving of herself at the core and turning to her man to love her, but at the same time the power of her being is existential. It's so strong. Then if she is not willing to break down her own defenses and her own movement out to get, then he is kind of lost. Yeah. Unless he is significantly stronger than you, but that won't last long. Because every time we love deeper, we grow stronger. And with that deepening and growing deeper and stronger, more and more and more and more responsibility reveals itself. You have to hold yourself on deeper and deeper and deeper level of subtlety. Yeah.